What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a video haul, so a movie haul of all the stuff that we recently picked up. I know it's been a long time, but let's get into it. So some time ago, we came across some pretty heavy bills because I had to get some dentist work, brush your teeth, by the way, and floss, and do that like 3-4 times a day at this point because it was hell.
Consider yourself very, very lucky.
But anyway, ever since we had to pay those bills, we've not been able to collect the movies that we normally do, and we had to budget that in, and we're still paying it off. So recently, as a treat, we got some extra movies from the Dollar Tree, a couple of gifts from some friends, thank you, and a few that we just couldn't resist on picking up. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, these aren't in order from when I got them or anything. These are just ones that it's a mix of a bunch of different things, and I'll explain it all to you. Stuff that you might be able to find at your Dollar Tree still and everything. So first up, we got Sorcerer and the White Snake. It's a Jet Li movie from 2011 that is kind of... looks like it has some CGI and stuff, but it looks like it's got like vampires and large snakes, and it looks pretty crazy. I used to love a lot of these old school Jet Li movies. He is one of the people that got me into this stuff other than Jackie Chan, and you know, there's a lot of other people that I could probably name off right now, but this is just one I just decided to pick up on a whim. It was $1 at the Dollar Tree, so if you see it, have you seen it? I don't know if it's any good, but I picked it up anyway because I figured why not. Up next, we got I Killed Giants from the producers of Harry Potter. Now, this is a movie, I believe, that deals with some girl and her imagination. I never did get to see it. I don't think it was widely put out in the theaters or anything like that. So, yeah, they basically do a lot of really weird stuff in here, and I think that somehow her and the giant are connected or something, and it's like her battling something else metaphorically or in some sort of analogy, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I figured why not? It's a Blu-ray. I usually pick up any Blu-rays that I'm half interested in just to try it out. So have you seen this? Is it any good? Do you like it? Let me know. Up next, we got Dark Encounter. Now, I did a review of this movie some time ago where we watched it with a group of friends actually that were in town visiting, and just so happened to be on my list of movies to watch. I think it was for last year, and this was actually quite a surprise. Now, this is a movie that pushes you in one direction but ends up in another place, which can sometimes upset people because if they like where the original movie was going and it ends up somewhere different, it kind of tricks them and then they're not happy. Personally, I thought the twist was pretty fucking crazy, even if it doesn't make 100% logical sense. Where they go with it, I thought was really fun. It's a very independent movie that is trying to do Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind and very much on the nose in the very beginning. And then when it switches, it's a completely different movie. I really like this. I would rather to have this on Blu-ray, but I'm glad I own it either way because it's actually not a bad independent film. I think I gave it like an 8 back in the day. And I've had some people who agree with me and some that don't. You know, they just didn't get into it as much as I did. They found some logical fallacies or something with it, you know. But I enjoyed it. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Let me know. Up next, we got Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. Now, I actually got this movie digitally, I think even on 4K, for $1. There was some sort of mess up with Fangoria at the time when they put this out, which I think is now owned by another group, by the way, guys. So drama that went around that, I don't know. But this is one of the first movies that they came out with Fangoria. At the time, it was Dallas Saunier, who was also a producer and director, who took over Fangoria. But I think it's run by different people now altogether. But either way, I still thought this was a crazy Puppet Master movie. Even if it's not exactly like it, there was some crazy stuff in it. It took a little while for this movie to get started for me, but in the end, I actually really enjoyed it, and I think I even gave it a shout out on our top list a few years back, like 3 years back. So have you seen this? Did you enjoy it? I have the whole set because Full Moon's always doing the buy this whole set and you can get a free subscription for a year kind of thing, or pay for a subscription for a year and get like 11 movies. So this will be I still need to get Knife, but after that, we're good. Up next, we got Tidal Wave, which I already own on DVD and we already watched. This is a movie that it's kind of like if you are into like disaster porn movies, as they call them. This is kind of like that, but this is a Korean film that, if you've ever seen Korean films, they pack a punch when it comes to entertainment and value. There's like everything in their movies. They're like the mainstream movies over there are like the mainstream movies over here. There's a lot of entertainment, love stories, action, death. Like, this is about a ginormous tidal wave that comes over and washes everybody out. And to be honest, the effects in this aren't that bad. But, you know, with that said, I mean, this isn't a perfect movie or anything, but we had a lot of fun watching this movie. This was really not that bad of a movie. And the way that they like killed off people in this movie was like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? Like, you just killed that person. And it's kind of unyielding in some ways, but if you like disaster movies, this is one that I would say get it at the Dollar Tree. It's only $1. If you can find it, I think it's worth a watch. I think we gave it like a 7 or something like that. I actually really like it. So, have you seen it? Did you enjoy it too? Up next, we got Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo on DVD. Now, this is one that I've not seen before as far as like the cover here. I've seen the movie. In fact, I think I went to the theater to go see it when I was a kid. That's how old I am. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched this. There was 2, and I think this is the one that has my friend in it or something. Can't remember. He used to do breakdancing back in the day, and he was a really young kid. But anyway, breakdancing was huge back in the day, and these movies came out. Can't remember if this is the sillier one. I think it is. But either way, it's kind of like a little bit of nostalgia. I'd like to get the first one, too, if I can. But it's essentially about a bunch of kids that are trying to get this breaking career down, and they have, like, this big warehouse, I think. And, like, they have to, like, do a breakdance war or something against people. And I think it's, like, part like musical almost. I can't remember. It's been a while, but they definitely do some dancing to music against each other that is a little bit silly. But it's definitely a thing for the times. So up next, we got Voodoo Apocalypse, which I've never heard of. I might have seen a trailer for it once back in the day. It looks like this came out last year or something like that, but I don't know. I've never seen it. It was $1 at the Dollar Tree. It looks like it's got a sort of like that on the nose, jokey style, schlocky sort of, there's like zombies or something coming out of hell. There's a lot of fire. There's a luchador mask guy, somebody like with a sword, like riding on top of a moving vehicle. There just seems to be a lot of crazy shit in this movie. This is probably one of those movies where it's like they just have a ton of jokes in it and they're trying to be that sort of pastiche film that's intentionally trying to be so bad it's good. That's just a guess. I have no idea. I'm kind of looking forward to checking it out because it looks kind of silly. Like I guess some disco dudes or something, you know, I don't know. We'll see what it's like. If you've seen this, let me know if I should check it out and push it up the list. But yeah, $1.
I'm gonna kill all those fucking motherfuckers.
Up next, we got Requiem for a Dream on 4K. Yes, if you didn't hit rock bottom the first time you watched it, try it in 4K and shatter your life. Double-sided dildos look a lot shinier in this movie. No. So this is a movie that is done by Darren Aronofsky, who was infamous for doing the movie Pi, which may be a complete bore fest to you, but at the time, Pi was this film that was blowing people away. It did so much on so little, and it had so much style and artistic, merit to it that a lot of people really loved it, even if I don't know, it just created this sort of thrilling experience. And so when he did Requiem for a Dream, I was like on board. I wanted to check out whatever the fuck he was talking about in this. And when I watched it, I remember I was with 2 of my friends, and holy shit, we walked out of that theater not saying a goddamn word to each other. That's the first time, usually when you're like done a movie, you're like bubbling to talk about, oh, this and that, or how much you hated it, or whatever the fuck it is. We just kind of walked out and we're like, wow, what the fuck did we just watch? And like, seriously, our stomachs were turned because this movie is essentially like a synthetic way to hit rock bottom visually on the screen, thrilling wise, everything. With addiction essentially. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this was like, I think this is a spiritual movie. And my friends looked at me and were like, "Are you fucking stupid?" And I'm like, "No, I'm genuinely serious. I think this is supposed to be a spiritual movie where you get some sort of enlightenment from experiencing it." And they laughed at me, but then when the extras came out on the DVD, when it first came out, the author, the guy who actually wrote this is based off of, is a book that is about spirituality. So I was dead on with that shit. But yeah, if you are drinking too much, maybe doing a little too much ecstasy or drugs too much, maybe you should watch this and see what not to do. Up next, we got There Is Nothing Out There. Nothing. So anyway, no, I'm kidding. My friend... But no, this is my friend's movie that he actually picked up for me as a gift because we have an Amazon wish list. And by the way, anybody that wants to get anything off our wish list, I will be doing a review of. So I will be doing a review of this, at least if it's horror or at least adjacent to horror. I will definitely do it as a review, spoiler free, maybe a little extra. But yeah, this is one that he picked up for me that is by a guy by the name of Rolf Kineski, who is apparently, this movie has something to do with Wes Craven, his brother, before they actually did Scream. And supposedly there's some things in this movie that sort of might have inspired the movie Scream to come out. I don't know yet. I haven't watched it. I have no idea about it, so I'm kind of curious. This is from Vinegar Syndrome, by the way. If you look on the back here, it says just a myriad, like 20 different extras in the extras here. Like short films, a ton of short films, interviews, like how this movie came about, music videos, production stills, rehearsal footage. I mean, there is just a ton of stuff on here, guys. But yeah, this is a movie that my buddy Slade picked up for me. He's in a podcast called SOBs Who Love SOV. They're on YouTube. Remember those videos that would be shot on video back in the 90s before we had, when everybody started using cameras back in the 80s and 90s? Well, he has a podcast dedicated to those movies that never had like wide distribution or any, these are just people just trying to make movies off their parents' video camera. And he does a podcast all about it. So if you find it, go online and check on YouTube. I'll try to put a link down below for you. Thank you very much, Slade. I'll probably be reviewing this very soon, actually, so that I have some material to do for the holidays here because, Lord, there ain't much anymore. I feel like I've done reviews for everything and it's been hard. Anyway, check this out. It's apparently got some monsters in it. This guy has an obsession with horror movies and their rules dictate that no matter where he goes, he can't help but expect to find a monster lurking around every corner. Rules of horror, Scream, makes sense. We'll find out.
Oh my God, a fallen cloud.
Up next, we got another gift that was given to me by one of our listeners and viewers and friends, Plemke, who often comes by my streams all the time and has been very supportive of the podcast. Thank you, buddy. He picked me up this G.I. Joe, the movie. This is the one from the 80s, I believe it is. It says 2010 when Hasbro put it out, but this is the one that was big. The first G.I. Joe movie when I was a kid, and I loved it. I watched it with the Transformers movie, and I have that, which he also bought me. So I haven't watched this yet. I've been wanting to, but I've just been so busy trying to catch up for the end of the year and our top 20 movies of the year. So don't miss that. Thanks, Plemke. Appreciate it, man. Up next, we got another Wolf Cop, which is the sequel to Wolf Cop. This cover in particular, if seems familiar to you, the movie Cobra by Sylvester Stallone has a cover very similar to this. and it's like crime is a disease, here's the cure, and it's got a picture of Stallone on the front. It's a crazy movie, but this is the takeoff of that. I remember this one being a lot more crazy and sillier than the first movie, which I also enjoyed. I don't remember either disliking either of the movies, and I can't remember if I liked this one more or than the other one, but they're both within the same realm, and I still need to get the first one, but I'm glad to have this that I found at the Dollar Tree for $1. So which, by the way, heads up, Dollar Tree movies are going to be $1.25 soon. Yes, I know. It sucks. $1.25, maybe even $1.50. I'm not 100% sure, but that shit adds up after a while. Just keep it simple, Dollar Tree. We love it as it is. You're making a lot of money, I'm sure. Anyway, if you've not seen the first movie, I'd say check it out and then watch Another Wolf Cop. It is kind of a very independent wolf cop schlocky kind of so bad it's good kind of style movie. You might like it. Up next, we got All the Creatures Were Stirring. Now, this is funny. One of my friends' podcasts actually just did a review of this live the other day, and we picked it up at the Dollar Tree for $1. I've actually done a review on this. I think we did it for the podcast. I don't remember which episode it was, but I don't remember disliking this that much. I mean, it's a very, very independent level movie. I would say kind of along the lines of 13 Slays Till Xmas, which we just reviewed on the podcast. This is kind of in line with that. I don't know how many stories there are, but yeah, it's not that bad. I enjoyed some of them in here. We figured let's keep it for $1, you know, have it to watch. I like anthologies. If you like holiday anthologies with horror, maybe this might be for you. Just remember, it is very, very indie. And last, and certainly not least, can't believe I'm doing an actual haul with you guys, is Sodom the Killer. Now, this is a movie that is very weird, okay? I haven't seen it yet, but my buddy Slade also bought me this. Slade from SOBs Who Love SOV. He picked this up for me as a gift for Christmas, and thank you again, man. This is super appreciated. He knows I love these weird movies, so he likes to share them with me, and I really appreciate it. That was super kind of you, brother. Please follow them on YouTube. I think you would enjoy it if you like weird, occult, very rare, hard to find stuff. They know a lot about it. So, but yeah, this one is from the creator of Ringu, by the way, which it is definitely not like it. I tried to find a trailer online and all I could find was this footage. Looks so real. I don't know how he's picking her up like that, but dude, this movie looks like it's going to be a blast. This is one I'm going to be reviewing on the channel here. We're, as you may or may not know, and if you follow the podcast, we're off for the next 3 weeks or so because I have a dentist appointment and I have 2 dentist appointments to clean my teeth and get them back to snuff. It's been a lot of money. Brush your teeth, let me tell you again. But I have to go to do that, and I need to re-watch all of the movies of 2021 to find out what my top 20 is. We're going to have Dawn of the Discs on, so I'll probably do a review of this on YouTube in the interim with There's Nothing Out There. Yeah, be on the lookout for this. This one looks like it's a lot of fun. He said that it was the funniest thing he's ever seen almost, and his buddy wouldn't stop crying and laughing so hard. So I'm super excited about this. It just looks insane, and I can't wait to watch it. So have any of you seen this, and would you recommend it? Let me know. All right, guys, that's it. So everything I got just within the last couple of weeks, really. But I wanted to fill you guys in. I was excited to talk about movies again and, finally pick up some movies because we've just been broke and it sucks. But, you got to be an adult and you got to take care of yourself, which, I'm starting to learn. Anyway, thank you guys. I love you all. I appreciate every one of you that support this channel. Thank you so much. By the time you're probably seeing this, I'm going to be getting my teeth murdered. So it's going to be hell for multiple hours. I'm scared. Help. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. And as always, long live the